it's often been talked about I want to say the ability of, but when you speak of ability, that's generally a positive attribute, a positive action, right? When you say the ability to do something, because you want to say, a person has the ability to lie. I do. I guess it can go either way. Yeah. But anyway, when speaking of people of religion, they say that they have an ability to compartment, compartmentalize. I mean, they can separate different aspects of their life one from another. So they have their religious, faith-based life. They have their business life, their professional life. Um, they have their political life, and they can separate them. And in the separation, it's basically now not allowing, I guess, the beliefs, the faith, the actions that are done in one area to bleed over to the next. So it's like the separation of church and state. So the faith and belief that they go into as they apply it to their religion, they don't do the same as they do with, say, their work life. I guess in a work life, it's not as much about belief. It's about facts, factualities, whether it's numbers, your exact skill set, exactly what it is that you are supposed to be doing within your profession. and generally, like I said, it's I guess thought of as being a positive attribute, that they can do this, that they can separate this. But it'll cause one to question, in truth, if you have one aspect of your life that is supposed to be the ultimate moral guider, that which has within it the ultimate justice and righteousness within it, then why would it not be applied across all areas? So as one will accept the things that are put forth scientifically, and really this will apply more so anything of what your doctor told you is wrong with you. They'll separate it from when you go into a different area of science, and this goes back to a video I put up recently about accepting science in one aspect but not another. But when science starts talking about things of evolution and whatnot and Big Bang and whatnot, then it's no longer accepted. But then religion comes into it. But to me, as I see, truth speaks to that there is an issue, a problem, if you will, with this separation, because there is a natural bleed over with it, if you will, just in the fact that the one person has these different aspects of their life. So the bleed over, at minimum, is the one person, and they're experiencing these different compartments, if you will. And so within them, they have the thoughts of the belief and the faith and whatnot. And so they may be able to separate it willingly by forcing it to separate. But I think that at least there would be a conscious level of, well, this doesn't go right. or at least subconscious, that it doesn't go right, and that plays along with the cognitive dissonance that these don't these things are jiving together, but even though they're not, well, let me separate them. Let me further separate. Let me make the fact that my religion and what is done in science doesn't seem to be jiving. But let me separate them. Let me accept science in this area, and I'll accept my religion in this one. Most thing what I'm gonna get to is what I see is that in compartment and doing this separation, compartmentalize. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it incorrectly, if you will. Because ultimately, when you put things in a separate compartment, what is being missed is that ultimately each compartment is how it fits in its own drawer, own compartment, within a drawer, within a cabinet, within a filing cabinet, within area, room of truth. So if there's a filing cabinet, and each drawer is a different aspect. One drawer is religion, one drawer is your family life, one drawer is your business life, things of that nature. Well, the filing cabinet itself is truth. The entire cabinet itself is truth. And each different drawer is the truth as it applies to that aspect of your life. And more importantly, how you apply truth to that aspect of your life. So that it is, there is no separation, there is no cognitive dissonance, there is no gap in between your thoughts and actions in all aspects of your life. So there is a truth of your religion. Would you call what I have a religion? There's a truth of whatever it is that you want to apply to what it is I am and what I practice. That truth is God. That truth is all. That it's all about loving truth with all your heart, soul, mind, strength, and effort. That your actions should be in truth. That your speech should be done in truth. That you should listen for truth. That you should discern things in truth. That you should look for truth. That you should put forth all things in truth. Loving in truth. So whatever label you want to apply to that, so be it. Spiritual, whatever. Then in my business life, whatever, it's, once again, it's applying truth to it. Is it using truth to guide business life, the financials, the earnings, the revenues, the debts. Truth guides that. In my life as a coach, truth guides the drills that I would do. Truth guides my game plan. Truth guides how I make up my starting five or my finishing five, or how I sub in and out. Truth guides all of that. So it stays consistent. So once again, the only reason there is a division of compartments is because as there are different objects, thus there's a separation. That's the only way, because each object is its own entity, if you will. But it itself does not escape from truth. So there's the truth that applies to it. And it is it as it comes through truth. So we must stay consistent. Well, I guess you don't have to, because it's not being done. But is there a more righteous and just, consistent even, way of applying everything? And of course, the thing is, you might run into is that if you try to apply your religion to all these other aspects of your life, you may run into a problem. So then it takes discerning what is the problem. Is the problem your religion, or is the problem the other aspects of your life? Where is the disconnect? Is a disconnect only within you, within your mind, with what it is that you have decided to believe in, to accept, and to have faith in? Is a problem your God? Because even your God has its own compartment within that filing cabinet of truth. And the truth speaks to your God, your religion, your faith.